welcome to episode 29 of What Shara Made. I've had a very relaxing week. I've gotten a lot of things done, but not a whole lot of FOs. I've really just got one and it's only just an FO. I've got a couple of whips that are still on the go and I've got a few new designs in the works. And I've got some shop talk at the end, and I might just dive right in. One of my whips you would have seen in the last episode, and it's a Tunisian crochet cardigan. Just taking the hook out so I can actually show you. And I hadn't quite finished the sleeves last episode, but this episode I've finished the sleeves and I'm onto the body. But as you can see, it's still not finished. It's still not a jacket. And it only just looks like a jacket. Sleeve 1. Sleeve 2. And it's slowly growing. It needs about that much more on the body of the jacket before I can do the little button band and have it done. And you can see the textures there, they're pretty interesting, especially this one. I really love it. It's sort of a little bit honeycomby, sort of a little bit moss stitch, seed stitch. It's interesting. I really am enjoying working that. It's a bit slower for me than knitting or just regular crochet, so sometimes it takes a little bit more enthusiasm to work on it. So that needs to be finished quick smart because the little person whose birthday it's for is quickly, the birthday is quickly approaching, so I need to get that finished so I can pop it in the mail to her. So that's my first whip, and just in case you didn't see it last time, this is one of my patterns, and it's Tunisian crochet, as I said before, and the yarn that I'm using is Cleckheaton Superfine Merino, which is a DK weight yarn, and it's really, really soft and squishy and springy, and it's just beautiful. It's fantastic for baby knits because it's super soft and it's really easy to care for as well, so makes a great choice for baby wear. My next whip is, it's a prototype for a new design, but it's also going to double as another part of the birthday present for the little person that's getting that jacket as well. And this one is a little sweater. It's going to be a little sweater. I'm really only part way up the body. And it's a new design that I'm working on, and I don't know where, at first I wasn't sure whether I was going to show you or not because I thought perhaps I should wait until it's complete before I show you, but sometimes it's nice to have a little, some progress shots of how a design comes together. So this is it so far, and it's a bottom up sweater, and it's being knit in the round, as you can see. I'm using one of the skeins of yarn that I dyed and I showed you in the last episode, and I was so excited to start knitting this skein up, and I am not disappointed now that I've started knitting it up. It's making the most delicious fabric. I love the colours. It's for a little girl, but it's not too girly. It's got sparkles, but as far as I'm concerned, baby boys can wear stellina as well, because why not? But this is just, it's coming up exactly like I had envisioned it, which is always good, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm up to the nice to easy bit now, where it's just knit, 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 knit every round until I get to the underarms, and I'll split for the sleeves. So that's that little one, and you'll see more of that as the pattern progresses, and still got loads left, which is fantastic. So that's that little whip. Now I've got another whip that's been a really long-standing whip, but I have indeed worked on it this time. Not a whole lot, but I've done 1 and a bit repeats. So that's better than I'd done last time, where I think I had done a row. So it is my fox paws. It's a pattern by Zandy Peters, who is a design genius, as you can see from this beautiful piece. Let me get myself untangled. Oh, goodness me. So I've done a whole, I think maybe a repeat and a half since the last time I showed you this piece, and I'm so happy with it. I'm still madly in love with it. I'm using Knit Picks palette yarn, which is a fingering weight pure wool. And when I first picked this back up, because this whip has had a bit of a hiatus, when I first picked it back up, I had totally forgotten how to do the stitches, and it took me a little while to get back into it, and the first couple of rows took me forever, and then it all started to come back to me, and I was sailing through the next few rows. So on the first couple of rows that I did when I picked this back up again, I did have a few hiccups, I must admit, and I was not prepared to unpick anything, so I kind of just eased it in. And to be honest, when I look at it, I can see where I eased it in, but I don't think anyone else would be able to pick it, so I'm leaving it. It's a design feature at this stage, which is, yeah, I've always got a few of those in everything that I make. It's coming up so nicely, and it's growing. See, it's getting longer. I hope to do perhaps 1 more repeat this week, and then I'll be happy with that progress on it. So it's not urgent, but there is a little bit of a deadline for it, but that's coming up beautifully, and I'm really enjoying that. It's a little bit of a challenge, but it's a good, healthy challenge. It's not a distressing swear words challenge. It's good. It's good. I'm really enjoying it. So that is that whip. And if you're at all interested in trying that out, or just having a look at the way those stacked increases and decreases come together, pop onto Zandy Peters' Ravelry page, and she's actually got quite a few free patterns as well, where you can try that technique out, so you can see if you like it before you start a whole giant project like a wrap. It's really interesting. It's not crazy, it's not too difficult, although I would suggest using the sharpest needles that you've got, the pointiest needles that you've got. I was using quite blunt needles, and the reason for that is because I'm a pusher when I knit, and if I'm using sharp needles, I'm literally piercing my finger constantly, and of course that's not ideal. So I had been using blunt needles for that, and I was really struggling, especially once I re-picked it up after a long hiatus. So I changed to some sharper needles, some Gu lace needles, and they've got a really pointy tip, and just was trying to be really conscious of not pushing too hard with my finger, and using the sharp pointed needle it just made life so much easier doing that particular pattern, and I'm fine with it now. It's totally fine, and I haven't pierced my finger or done any lasting damage, so that's been good. A little bit of tea time. I've got my lipstick on my cup. I've got my Demi Bliss knitting cup, just with some plain old green tea in there, and it's a little bit cold now because I've been drinking it for a while. That is all my whips actually. We're getting through them quickly today, but I don't want to seem like I'm rushing them. I've got some FOs. Now, this is one that I prepared earlier, and you've already seen, and a few of you have probably seen it in real life as well, because I've been wearing it around, and it's been my new favourite shawl, scarf, accessory. And this is one of my patterns, and it's my newest pattern, and it is literally just about to be published. It will be available on Ravelry and my Etsy shop and Craftsy as well. And it is called the Strata shawl. Really loving it. And this sample is made using the Click-Eaton Superfine Merino, just like the little Tunisian jacket, and it's perfect. You can see that movement in it. It's really beautiful to use for shawls and scarves and anything that could benefit from a bit of drape. So I'm really enjoying that, but I've done another sample. I just wanted to make sure that the pattern was all easy to understand and everything was correct, and check yarn amounts and things like that. But I also wanted to make a special gift for a lovely friend, and I have literally just this split second, about 10 minutes ago, cast this off, and I'm so happy with it. Look, you can't quite see in this from this distance the textures as you can in this one, because it is a darker yarn and it's variegated. It's a hand-dyed yarn, and you can see it there. And I think it's actually pretty interesting with the variegated yarn and all those textures coming together. I think that's quite an interesting finish, and I'm about to do a little tutorial on the sort of special cast off bind off that I've used to make a nice stretchy bind off, which is really good to use on the edges of shawls like this, and it works particularly well with garter stitches as well. So it's the Icelandic bind off, but I'm going to add a little video tutorial of that to the pattern in case you're not familiar with it, and it's a really good bind off to use. You can really apply it to anything where you could benefit from a stretchy bind off, so it'll come in handy, I think. We'll see. I haven't quite managed to weave the ends in yet, so once this has been blocked and had all the ends woven in, I'm going to package that up and hand it over to my lovely friend, and I think she will really like it. I really enjoyed knitting this, super quick. I think I did it, I would have shown you the very tiny start of the last episode, and I didn't get the opportunity to work on it for a few more days after that, but then was able to pick it back up and finish it in, I think, 2 more evenings. So it's a super quick knit, and it's quite intuitive. You don't really have to count. It's good. It's nice and easy. And speaking of this Strata shawl, I have been dyeing up some kits for it, some yarn that's just a nice amount and just the right weight. This is one of them. So you'll see it's this dusty lilac. It's sort of coming up a little more grey on the screen than it is in real life. It's a bit more lilac-y. But it is a dusty lilac, and I love it, with these little tiny gold dashes. Not quite speckles, but dashes. And this is a Polworth. The base is a Polworth wool, and Polworth, if you're not familiar with it, is a cousin of the Merino, and it is 1/4 Lincoln long hair, long wool, and 3/4 Merino, and it was invented, the sheep breed, invented, I don't know if that's what you really call a breed of animal, in the 1800s in Australia, in my state actually, where I'm from, to be sort of an animal that met both demands of meat and fibre. So it has beautiful, long, soft wool, but also good for eating if you eat meat. And they're still bred in Victoria and New Zealand as well, and I'm sure all over the world, but predominantly Australia and New Zealand. And it's really soft. It's not as soft as, say, like a superwash merino, but it's not scratchy at all. You could happily like rub it all over your face and still be really happy. I think even kids would find this non-irritating. So it's soft, but it's a little more hardy, and it's beautiful. It dyes beautifully. It's really nice to work with as well. I actually dyed up 6 bundles. They're 200 grams, roughly about probably 400 meters, I'd say. It's more than enough to make one of these, and it's really easy to work with, not splitty, delicious really. I dyed up 6 bundles and 3 have already sold before I even got them in the shop, so I think that was probably a good sign. But I have got 3, so this is one. This will be going straight in the shop. And 2. Love this rich wine, burgundy I guess you call it, and that's got ever so slight little gold and chocolate splashes in there as well. Just really subtle and reasonably, it's tonal rather than variegated because it's all the same colour, but yeah, you can see some parts are much darker than others, and that just adds a nice bit of texture and depth into the colour. And the last one, it's my favourite, and this one is called Barn Owl, and it's only just coloured. That actually looks a lot more white on the screen than it is in real life. It's a bit more of a creamy colour, and just a little bit there with a little bit of gold and a little bit of chocolate, dark chocolate. And I was really tempted to keep this myself, but I won't. I will pop it in the shop, even though I really want it. I might have to dye another one up for myself. And I think this one's going to look superb in the Strata shawl. Of course, you don't have to use them for the Strata shawl. You could use them for whatever you want, but I think they'll actually work really beautifully in that Strata pattern. So I'll be popping these up as a little bit of a kit with the pattern and the yarn in my Etsy shop. You'll be able to get those within the next few days. So I'm really happy with those. Beautiful big hunk of Polworth. Really gorgeous. So that's the Strata shawl. Now, this is a bit of a future cast on. You will remember from my last episode me talking about my delightful meeting with Anna here, the author of this amazing book, and how I want to make the Humboldt sweater. Well, I ordered some yarn and I am going to start swatching literally as soon as I finish filming here with you, and I'm going to make this sweater, which is the Humboldt sweater. So, I don't know if you can see, get a bit of an idea of the close-up here. So that there, that's what it's going to look like on the sweater. The pattern is only on the front, the back is just a plain marl. And the yarn that I've chosen to use is this Bendigo 10 ply or worsted weight cotton in the parchment colour, which is really just an off-white, a creamy off-white. It's a little more creamy than it's showing on the screen. I'm sure you can imagine it. And it's beautifully soft. It's really nice. I've worked with the Bendigo DK weight cotton before and really enjoyed it, really love it. It's beautiful quality and it's a nice loose ply, so it's not ropey at all. It's still got gorgeous drape and it's quite comfortable to wear. I know often I've used cotton yarns and they're really tightly spun, really tightly plied, and they're really ropey to use. They're hard on the hands and they're not necessarily delightful to wear because it's sort of a bit like wearing a string bag. But this one I could attest to. It's beautiful. It's really nice to wear and it washes well, which is good. So I cannot wait to start swatching. So I got my second colour, which is actually a wool, and it's the 4-ply luxury yarn from Bendigo as well, in the black, pure black. And it's this, so these two are going to go together. And you're asking me, but how do you work with a fingering weight and a worsted weight together? Well, you hold them together and work with them at the same time. So I guess it sort of makes about a bulky weight when you hold them together. I can't be certain on that, but I guess I'll find out when I start swatching. I'm pretty sure it's going to work, and even if it doesn't quite match up with the gauge for the pattern, I'm gonna make it work. So that's what we're gonna have. So I cannot wait to get started on this sweater because I want to wear it. I really, really want to wear it right now. Everyone else on Ravelry has said what a quick knit it is, so fingers crossed it really is, and I might even be wearing it next time you see me, if it's really that quick. So I'll be working on that as soon as we finish here. My next FO is a sewing FO. It's not a knitting or crochet FO, and it is this bag here. I had a little project bag, and it's got the box base with this cotton fabric here, and it smells really nice. I wonder what, oh, it might have been sitting with some handmade soap I bought the other day. That's why it smells so delicious. Cotton here with this gorgeous feather print. How beautiful is that? I regret now not buying more of this fabric because I think I'd really like a dress or at least a skirt in it. And some metallic gold denim. Fabulous. So tempted to make something completely ridiculous / fabulous for myself, apparel wise, out of this metallic denim. What could I make? Oh my god, I just want to wear it. And the natural undyed cotton lining and drawstring there. And I made a couple of these on the same day because I made one for a gift and one for myself and one for the shop. So you'll see these popping into the shop soon as well, and it's about a sock / shawl size. I can easily fit a shawl in here without it being cramped. So that's that little FO as well. God, I love that fabric so much. Love it. And the next thing I have is some acquisitions, and I was not planning on getting any yarn this week, but I did, and it was because I have discovered a new podcast, a new Australian podcast from the lovely Julianne of My Muddlings, and I'll put a link to that in the show notes so you can find it as well. And she's in South Australia, which is to the, I'm not sure which way this is going to go, but that state is to the east of me, whichever way is east when you're watching this. And she's a really talented spinner, like phenomenal, and she's really quick as well. I don't know how she does it. Really impressed though, Julianne, if you're watching, hello. And she's also been dyeing some yarn recently as well, and she showed these two skeins on her podcast, and I knew I needed them straight away. I've already got plans for them. So the first one is called Muddy Rainbow. How magnificent are those colours? Look at them. So excited about this. And this is a fingering weight or full ply merino, and it's 393 yards or 360 metres per 100 grams. And it's beautiful. There's a beautiful label. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Julianne. And this is the next one, and this one's called Grumpy Rainbow. I really like that name, but I love the yarn. Look at it, and this is so soft and squishy and beautiful. And this is a DK weight yarn, and it's 100 grams and it's 200 meters, and it's a merino. Yep, superwash merino, and it is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. They're actually pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool if you used to get it, but one's fingering weight, one's DK, and I've got plans for each of them individually. And these arrived so quickly, Julianne. I don't know how you did it. I have such terrible time with Australia Post, and you must have the magic touch, because I don't think they even maybe took 2 days from interstate. That's fantastic. That's really good. Now, you may be wondering about the weather here lately. I don't know if I did a weather report in the last episode, so I better do one today. We have had, since the start of spring, we've had some spectacular days. It has been sunny and warm and dry, light breeze, just beautiful, perfect picnic weather actually. And today we've had a bit of a change in the weather. It's much cooler, back down into the teens, and it's raining. We had all these weather warnings coming through saying, severe weather, damaging winds, flash flooding, insane amount of rain, and I was really excited. I checked the rain gauge, and overnight, when we were forecast to get about 50-60 mils of rain, which is about half a month's worth of rain in a few hours, we got 2 mils overnight, 2 mils of rain. So that was really thrilling. The power did go out for most of the night though, so but now it's just started raining again, and it's not heavy rain though, like enough to spoil your day if you got caught in it, but it's not heavy rain. Maybe there's more to come. I don't know. How's the weather at your place? If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you'll be heading into autumn. It will be so beautiful. I love autumn. But down here in the Southern Hemisphere, we're heading into spring. We've got a few incredibly cold days forecast over the next few days, so still not putting my woolies away. I've still got a few more weeks out of them, I think, but yeah. You might notice something else that's a little bit different. I had all my hair cut off. I had over a foot of hair cut off. My intention was to, I wanted to get my hair cut, and I wanted a bit of a change, and I'd been wanting to cut my hair short for ages, and I thought, you know what, I think it's about time. And then I thought, oh, maybe I could donate my hair when I get it cut off, to donate to a charity that makes wigs for people who have lost their hair because of medical issues. But when I went to the hairdressers, my hairdresser is awesome. She's very familiar, she's worked quite closely with the charity, and it turns out my hair wasn't suitable for that. So that was a bit of a shame, but never mind it. I tried. But I still got my hair cut anyway. And I cannot believe how much I love it. And I cannot believe how much hard work it was having long hair. I didn't realise. So I had really long hair for so long that I forgot how easy it is to have short hair. And I can still put it up in a ponytail and do wacky wonderful styles with it like I like to do. So that's all good. But man, I love it. Loving it. Yeah, really happy with it. It's, yeah, I've given a few people a fright in the supermarket, people that I know, and just walking along and they're like, I'm like, yeah, no, have my hair cut. So yeah, it's been a while. I don't know that I'd had my hair cut for maybe over a year. I don't know. Anyway, no big deal. Cut my hair off. And I think I'm almost at a close. Almost done everything. The only other thing I wanted to mention, because I'd love to give you forewarning so that you can plan for this. Actually, I've got two things you might want to plan for. But the first one is on the 2nd of October. Maybe it's the 3rd. Let me check for you. I don't want to give you the wrong information. So, the 2nd of October at the Cranbourne Public Hall in Victoria, Melbourne, Victoria, it's the Black and Coloured Sheep Association annual market fair. I don't know what you call it. Get together and they have a yarn fibre market. And I went last year for the first time and it was awesome. I absolutely loved it. It's not huge, but yeah, it's quantity, not quality. I mean, it's quality, not quantity. That's what I'm trying to say here. And it was just, I had the best time there. And I really, I went way over budget as usual when it comes to yarn, and I was so excited to see that they were doing it again this year, and maybe they do it every year and I just don't know. And they're having it again this year, so if you're in Victoria or you happen to be travelling to Victoria on that first weekend in October, so the Sunday the 2nd of October at the Cranbourne Public Hall is the Black and Coloured Sheep Association yarn market. It's probably called something else, but if you Google Black and Coloured Sheep Association Cranbourne, you'll find all sorts of information, and I'll put a link to their Facebook page, their event page, in the show notes as well, so you can find it easily. And if you get the opportunity, I highly recommend going. There's going to be some of Australia's best hand dyers there. There'll be spinning fibre. They always have spinning demonstrations, shearing demonstrations, which is fun. All sorts of things. If it's fibre related, they've got it there. So that's coming up in roughly 3 weeks from now. I'll be there. If you see me there, come and say hello if you feel like it. I always love to have a chat. I am not shy. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about is that with the Strata shawl, I'll be having a knit along in the group, and there'll be delicious prizes, and I'm pretty sure that the prizes will be project bags. I'm going to make some project bags. I'm going to have 2 prizes, one in the Chateau Whip thread and one in the FO thread. And the knit along is going to start on the 1st of October and it will go to the end of November, and it will be the 1st of October, and it's going to end on there the 31st of October, that's what I meant. So you'll have a month to knit it, and if you wanted to, you could very easily, without getting crazy, finish a Strata shawl in a week of evenings. You you don't have to go crazy to get it done. It's quite attainable to get it done in a month. And October's a long month, you've got 31 days. So that will be starting on the 1st of October. So if you want to start planning your yarn now, it takes a little over 300 metres of DK weight yarn. I'll have the exact measurements soon. I'm just going to do a little bit of weighing and calculating to find out a sensible estimation of the yarn requirements. But you could easily do it with a ball of Bendigo DK if you're in Australia, easily. I think I did this one with 3 balls of the Cloquet Superfine Merino. You could easily do that, and that's reasonably widely available around Australia. So yeah, if you want to join in on that, you can start planning that now. I'll open up the chatter thread soon, so you can chat about what you're planning to use and ask any questions. And then when the knit along starts, I'll have an FO thread as well, and a winner will be drawn from each thread, just randomly using a random number generator, and if you're the winner, you'll get a Shara made project bag. So that's the Strata shawl, and then it'll will be starting in a couple of weeks, a few weeks. So hopefully a few of you will want to join in on that with me, and I think that's really it now. I think I've covered everything. So thanks for joining me again this week. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and thanks so much for taking the time to come and join me each episode and spend that time with me. It's wonderful that people actually want to come back and watch it again. That's so good. And if you're a very first time viewer, I hope you enjoyed your first episode, and maybe you'll be inspired to come back and watch a few more and join us again. You can find show notes in the Ravelry group, and there's a link to that in the drop down bar here, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.